The Panasonic Lumix G80 is a camera that excels given the right circumstances, but is hindered by one thing, that Micro Four Thirds mount. Okay, I don't actually hate the Micro Four Thirds mount. It's good for what it was designed to be. However, give this camera a speed booster and the quality immediately goes from okay to pretty good. I understand MFT is supposed to be lightweight, but it's potentially hindering its ability. For instance, I recorded an unboxing via this camera, footage on screen, and the quality looks decent, especially if you do a slight noise reduction pass on it in the post-production process. This camera seems to make very artificially sharp images, even when you turn your settings down to -5 sharpening and contrast. Part of me wants to recommend vintage lenses. Let's look at some photos. This is via a vintage lens, and the softness of the vintage glass takes off some of the artificial sharpness of the in-camera processing. Another side of me also likes how the camera produces photos with a speed booster, so I devised a little test. Here is as similar shots as I can get of my cat with a native MFT lens, with a vintage lens, and with an EF speed booster. The cat likes moving around, so one shot is in a different spot to another, but you can see the MFT lens isn't as appealing as the other two options. Also, you'll notice no matter what lens I use, speed booster or no speed booster, autofocus performance is pretty abysmal. Effectively treat this camera as a manual focus camera. It's very hit or miss, and so I would not trust mission critical focus work with this camera. It's a nice build quality, the menu system takes a bit of time to get used to, but otherwise it's just a camera. A camera that is improved massively when you use different lenses, sure, but that's not expensive nor difficult to do. The audio in the video mode is usable, but I would just recommend getting an external microphone. It will sound a million times better than the scratch audio out of this. So in conclusion, should you buy this camera? Well, that depends on what you want. I was never 100% keen on how the photo quality was out of this camera until I tried vintage or EF lenses. That could say more about the 14mm and the 14 to 55mm lenses I owned, but that's still, at the end of the day, a factor. The video quality is fairly good. Once you learn this camera's limitations and how to work around it, it makes a great camera for beginner filmmakers and for beginner YouTube creators.